Wait. You want to know something absolutely mind-blowing? Despite making up less than 0.2% of the world's population, that's like finding a needle in a haystack the size of Texas, Jewish people represent over 30% of the world's billionaires. We're talking about people like Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Page, Sergey Brin, Michael Bloomberg. The list goes insane. But here's the kicker that'll absolutely destroy everything you think you know about money. These aren't just lucky breaks or family inheritance stories. There's actually a scientific formula behind this success that most people will never discover. I'm about to reveal 5 money principles that even Warren Buffett secretly uses. But Jewish families have been teaching their kids for over 2,000 years. And I guarantee you, the next 15 minutes will be more valuable than every finance book you've ever read. Trust me on this one. Okay, real talk. I used to think successful people just got lucky, right? Like they were born with some magical money gene or inherited everything from rich parents. Total nonsense. Here's what everyone gets completely wrong. Myth number 1. Jewish people are good with money because of genetics. Absolutely ridiculous. It's like saying people from California are naturally better at surfing. No. It's about cultural training that starts before kids can even tie their shoes. Myth number 2, they're just naturally greedy. This one makes me furious. We're talking about some of the world's biggest philanthropists here. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, they're giving away billions. Myth number 3, it's all about being cheap. Wrong again. This isn't about penny pinching at Walmart. We're talking about strategic thinking that makes your Netflix algorithm look simple. I spent 2 years researching this after meeting a Jewish entrepreneur who sold his startup for $200 million at age 28. What he told me that day completely shattered my understanding of money. Here's the first game-changing discovery that'll blow your mind. Picture this. You're at a family BBQ, and your 8-year-old nephew asks, "Why do hot dogs come in packs of 10 but buns come in packs of 8? Most families would be like, "That's just how it is, kiddo." But in Jewish families, that question becomes a 2-hour discussion about business strategy, market manipulation, and profit optimization. They're teaching kids to question everything before they can even ride a bike. This isn't just cute family time. This is hardcore business training disguised as dinner conversation. While most American kids are learning to accept things as they are, Jewish kids are being programmed to see opportunities in every single inconsistency. Think about it like this. When Mark Cuban was a kid, he didn't just sell garbage bags door to door. He asked, "Why are people buying these expensive bags when they could get better quality for half the price?" That questioning mindset led to his first business empire. Remember when everyone said, "Nobody wants to rent movies through the mail"? Reed Hastings, Jewish entrepreneur, questioned that assumption and created Netflix. While Blockbuster was comfortable with the status quo, he was asking, what if we completely reimagined how people consume entertainment? But wait, it gets absolutely insane. This questioning doesn't stop at business. They question their own success. Even when they're winning, they're asking, how can this fail? What am I missing? Where's the hidden risk? It's like having a built-in reality check that most people never develop. While others celebrate early wins, they're already preparing for the next challenge. Have you ever experienced this? You make some money and immediately get comfortable, right? Jewish entrepreneurs treat success like it's radioactive. They respect it, but they never get too close without protection. Now here's where it gets mind-bendingly interesting. While most American parents are debating whether to buy their kids the latest iPhone or save for college, Jewish families are making investments that'll make your head spin. They're not just paying for education, they're treating their children's minds like high-yield investment portfolios. Picture this scenario. It's Saturday morning, you're having coffee, scrolling through your phone. Most American families are watching cartoons or heading to soccer practice. But Jewish families? They're having what they call Shabbat discussions, Basically TED Talks for toddlers. They're discussing everything from global economics to why certain businesses succeed. Your average 12-year-old Jewish kid knows more about compound interest than most college graduates. Here's the plot twist that absolutely destroyed my assumptions. They don't just invest money in education, they invest time, emotion, and strategy. It's like comparing a home-cooked meal to fast food. Both fill you up, but one transforms your entire body. Steven Spielberg's parents didn't just send him to film school. When he was 8 years old, they gave him a camera and said, "Show us what you see." By age 13, he was already thinking like a business owner, not just a creative person. That mindset led to DreamWorks, which is worth billions. But here's where it gets truly insane. They don't separate business education from life education. While most parents teach kids to get good grades and find a safe job, Jewish parents are teaching their children to create the jobs. Think Netflix's algorithm, but for human development. They're constantly analyzing what skills will be valuable in 10, 20, 30 years, and they're preparing their kids for opportunities that don't even exist yet. When Larry Page was a kid, his parents didn't just buy him computers. They taught him to think about how technology could solve human problems. That thinking pattern led to Google, which is now worth over $1 trillion. You think that was shocking? Prepare to have your world absolutely rocked by this next principle. Okay, this next one will make you question everything you thought you knew about success. You know that saying, "It's not what you know, it's who you know"? Most people think that means schmoozing at cocktail parties or collecting business cards like Pokemon cards. Completely wrong. Jewish communities have turned relationship building into a science that makes your LinkedIn strategy look like kindergarten finger painting. Here's what's absolutely incredible. They don't network to get something. They network to give something. It's like being the person who always brings the best snacks to the office. Eventually, everyone wants to help you succeed. Picture this. You're at Starbucks, and you overhear someone talking about a business problem. Most people would mind their own business, right? Jewish entrepreneurs see this as a golden opportunity. They'll introduce themselves, offer genuine help, and create relationships that last decades. When Michael Dell was building his computer company, he didn't just focus on technology. He built relationships with suppliers, customers, and even competitors. When other companies were treating business like warfare, he was treating it like community building. But here's the plot twist that'll blow your mind. They don't just build networks, they build ecosystems. Think Amazon, but for human relationships. Everyone wins when everyone succeeds. Case study that sounds crazy, but stick with me. When Facebook was just an idea, Mark Zuckerberg didn't just code in his dorm room. He leveraged relationships at Harvard, connected with investors through family networks, and built partnerships that turned a college project into an $800 billion empire. They understand something most people never realize. Your network isn't just your safety net, it's your launching pad. While others are collecting contacts, they're cultivating champions. Here's the secret sauce. They practice what I call value-first networking. Instead of asking, "What can you do for me?" they ask, "What problem can I solve for you?" It's like being the person who fixes everyone's Wi-Fi problems. Eventually, they become your biggest supporters. Have you ever noticed this? The most successful people you know probably aren't the smartest or most talented. They're the ones who make everyone else more successful. We're halfway through these life-changing secrets, and the most mind-blowing ones are still coming. Now here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. While most Americans are playing financial checkers, Jewish families are playing 4D chess. We're talking about thinking so far ahead. It's like they have a crystal ball for economics. Here's what sounds insane, but is completely true. Jewish families make financial decisions for their great-grandchildren. We're not talking about just saving for retirement. They're building wealth strategies that span centuries. Picture this. It's Sunday. You're watching football with friends, talking about this week's stock picks or that crypto that's definitely going to the moon. Jewish families are having discussions about market cycles that happen every 30, 50 years. Real example that'll destroy your assumptions. When most people were panic selling during the 2008 financial crisis, Jewish investors were buying everything. Why? Because they understand that every major economic downturn creates the next generation of millionaires. It's like they have economic GPS while everyone else is driving blind. They don't just see the road ahead, they see the road that leads to the road ahead. Warren Buffett learned this principle from Benjamin Graham, who developed value investing based on Jewish traditional thinking. When everyone was chasing quick profits, Graham was teaching Buffett to think like he's buying a business for his grandchildren. But here's the plot twist that absolutely blew my mind. They don't just think long-term about money. They think long-term about everything. Education, relationships, health, reputation. It's all part of one massive interconnected strategy. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, he wasn't thinking about making quick money selling books. He was thinking about building infrastructure for the future of commerce. That long-term vision is why Amazon is worth over $1 trillion today. Think about it like this. Most people plant grass for quick results. Jewish families plant oak trees. They might not see immediate benefits, but their children and grandchildren will have massive shade and protection. Here's what's truly incredible. They understand compound interest isn't just about money, it's about everything. Relationships compound, reputation compounds, knowledge compounds, and when you combine all of them over decades, explosive growth. When most people change jobs for a 10% salary increase, Jewish professionals change jobs for learning opportunities that might pay off 20 years later. They're optimizing for lifetime value, not quarterly profits. You think that was amazing? Wait until you hear this final principle that even billionaires struggle to master. Before I reveal the final secret that'll change everything, let me ask you something. When you fail at something, what's your first instinct? Most people either make excuses, blame others, or just pretend it never happened, right? Jewish culture treats failure like premium education that you can't get anywhere else. It's like getting a PhD in real-world business from the University of Hard Knocks. They have family traditions where they celebrate failures. Not because they enjoy losing, but because they understand that every failure contains million-dollar lessons that success never teaches. Your startup fails, you lose your savings, and you feel like a complete disaster. Most American families would say, get a safe job and never take risks again. Jewish families? They're asking, what did we learn? How do we apply this knowledge? What opportunity did this create? Before Mark Cuban became a billionaire, he failed at multiple businesses. But instead of giving up, his family helped him analyze every mistake like they were solving puzzles. Each failure taught him something that eventually led to selling his company for $5.7 billion. They don't just learn from their own failures. They collect other people's failures like rare baseball cards. Family dinners include discussions about business failures from the news, analyzing what went wrong, and how to avoid similar mistakes. It's like having a failure database that makes them almost immune to common business mistakes. While others are learning through painful experience, they're learning through pattern recognition. They understand that in business you're either winning or learning. There's no actual losing unless you quit. Every setback is just data for the next attempt. All right, you've stuck with me for 15 minutes, which means you're not most people. Now you possess knowledge that most people will never have. Here's your immediate action checklist. 5 methods you can start using today. First, start your daily question ritual. Every morning with your coffee, ask yourself, what assumption did I accept yesterday without questioning? Write it down. Within 30 days, you'll start seeing opportunities everywhere. First insights within a week. Feeling stupid for questioning obvious things. Remember, every billion-dollar company started with someone questioning the obvious. Second, create your education investment portfolio. Spend 30 minutes this week identifying skills that'll be valuable in 10 years. Then invest 1 hour daily in learning them. Not just courses. Find mentors, join communities, practice real-world applications. Within 6 months, people start asking you for advice in these areas. Third, practice value-first networking. This week, help 3 people solve problems without expecting anything in return. Use social media, coffee chats, whatever works. Start seeing returns within 30-60 days. People might think you want something. Be genuinely helpful with no hidden agenda. Fourth, implement the 20-year vision test. Before making any significant decision, career, financial, personal, ask, how will this impact my life 20 years from now? Start with small decisions to build the habit. You'll start making choices that seem crazy to others but make perfect sense to you. Fifth, create your failure learning system. Start a failure journal. Every week, write down 1 mistake you made and 3 lessons it taught you. Also, analyze 1 failure from the news and extract lessons. Within 90 days, you'll start seeing patterns that help you avoid major mistakes. Here's your value recap. In the last 18 minutes, you've discovered the 5 principles that create generational wealth. Questioning everything, investing in education strategically, building networks that create ecosystems, thinking in decades, not quarters, and treating failures as premium education. Now you possess knowledge that 99% of people will never understand. While your friends are still chasing get-rich-quick schemes and blaming their circumstances, you're already thinking like the top 1%. You're now one of the few who truly gets it. Success isn't about luck, genetics, or even being the smartest person in the room. It's about thinking differently about time, relationships, education, and setbacks. These aren't just Jewish secrets. They're human success principles that anyone can master. The difference is, most people never learn them because they're too busy working in their lives instead of working on their lives. While others are complaining about the economy, student loans, or unfair advantages, you're building the mental infrastructure that creates sustainable wealth. You're not just learning how to make money. You're learning how to think about money the way billionaires do. Remember this moment, because a year from now, when your life looks completely different, you'll trace it back to these 19 minutes when everything clicked. You've just upgraded your brain's operating system from scarcity mode to abundance mode. The question isn't whether these principles work. We've got 2,000 years of evidence and billions of dollars in results. The question is, are you going to be one of the few who actually implements them? Your transformation starts now. Welcome to the 1% Mindset.